Jason Vaz and Melissa Jones met in 1989 and dated until 1996 when they were married. Jason worked full-time as a news photographer from 1994 to 2005, while Melissa stayed home with the kids and did natural hair at home for friends and family. From 2005 to 2008, Jason worked in media ministry full-time, while Melissa performed hair services in the basement salon Jason created for her. Melissa started cosmetology school at Pickens Tech part-time in 2006, after being encouraged by her friends to get out of the basement and get her license. In November of 2008, Jason was let go unexpectedly from his full-time job, and they were forced to short sell their home. Unemployed at the time, Jason began building his freelance video production business to make ends meet. Melissa eventually graduated from cosmetology school in December 2008, and after being unable to find a curly salon to work for, started working at Michael Grant Salon with Tanya Cheney in early 2009. Melissa was there for 6 months. In mid-2009, Melissa was hired by Stacy Joe at Salon Bodhi. While serving clients from a variety of ethnicities and backgrounds, Melissa discovered the massive underserved needs of textured and curly-haired people in the Denver metro area. One of her curly clients, Della Bundle, who followed Melissa from the basement, introduced her to the Ouidad curly product line.
My name is Della Bundle, and Melissa's been doing my hair about 10 years. Melissa started doing my hair over the kitchen sink in her home. So in the spring of 2010, Melissa began to do my hair in a professional capacity at Salon Bodhi. So I was able to introduce Melissa to Ouidad after I heard about it on an infomercial one late night, just listening. I had an appointment with Melissa at Salon Bodhi. I said, "Hey Melissa, I've heard about a new curly hair product that I heard about on an infomercial. You should probably check it out." I'm always in search of a new product, and I always share new information with my stylist. So I'm at Salon Bodhi with Melissa in an appointment, and I say, "Melissa, I've heard about a new product called Ouidad."
When I first heard about the product Ouidad through my really good friend Della, I was very excited. So then I called New York, and when I called New York, they explained to me more about the Ouidad products. Then they also explained to me about their cutting method that was very exciting because I'd never heard of a specific cutting method for curly hair. They were excited that I was calling, and so they sent me free product to use on my clients because I was already doing curly clients. And once I used the products, I love the products, my clients love the products, and then they asked me about being a certified stylist. They also explained to me that there was no certified stylists here in the Denver metro area. It's very exciting to know that I had a friend who was able to share with me about Ouidad because it completely changed how I service my curly clients.
I only knew it to be a product. I had no idea that there was a carve and slice cutting method that went to it.
Being able to not only know the carve and slice, but also own a salon that caters to curly clients of many different textures it's an amazing gift that she was able to give to me.
When I watched that infomercial that night, I had no idea of the depth of need that was in this community.
So after hearing that there were no certified stylists here in the Denver metro area, I was very excited because I thought, why not? And I would love to be able to go out and learn a specific method that they had for me to cut curly hair.
In July 2010, Melissa, Stacy Joe, and Jason traveled to New York City for the two of them to get certified in the Ouidad Carve and Slice cutting method. Jason served as their chauffeur. By November 2010, while Curly and Natural Services were gaining momentum at Bodhi, Melissa and Jason formed More Than Hair LLC in anticipation of opening an exclusively curly salon somewhere in the Denver metro area. By February 2011, Melissa and Jason began praying and looking for retail space to open this curly salon. It seemed like an impossible dream because Jason and Melissa were basically broke.
Seriously, the whole time I'm coming here, but I was so fighting up against Aurora. You don't understand. Like I was just
didn't want it.
And it's all here.
In March 2011, the Denver Post featured a curly hair story and focused the story on a dry cutting method, Diva Cut. Melissa's curly client, Corey, who just so happened to own a PR company and knew the writer of the story, mentioned her wet curly cutting stylist, Melissa, and suggested that she make a mention of her in the story. She did, and the phones began blowing up at Salon Bodhi with curly people asking to book with Melissa. During this time, Jason was still unemployed, but continuing to build his freelance video production business. The great need for natural and curly hair care education inspired Melissa, Jason, and Tanya to create More Than Hair TV as a public service and as a marketing tool to promote Melissa's services at Bodhi. The premiere webisode launched in March of 2011 on morethanhairtv.com. After Melissa's booth renting contract at Salon Bodhi was up in April 2011, Melissa and Jason opened More Than Curly Salon in Aurora as the only chemical-free natural salon in the Rocky Mountain region.
It's an amazing feeling to know that I have had a part in the establishment of More Than Curly, that Ouidad comes to Denver, and that now there is a place that is specifically for curly-haired people. I think we were just kind of a second thought, and now we are the primary focus at More Than Curly Salon.
The previous tenant at the Aurora location had only been there a few months before going out of business and had walked away with $50,000 worth of salon equipment behind. Jason and Melissa were able to purchase this barely used equipment from the lien holder for only $5,000. With a small loan from Jason and Melissa's parents, combined with their last dime, More Than Curly Salon opened for business on May 14, 2011, as Colorado's first and only chemical-free, naturally curly salon. To pay for the overhead cost of their newly acquired 5-year lease, More Than Curly started out as a full-service salon, offering nail services and skin services. Along with straight haircuts for men, women, and children, the salon clientele grew steadily each month. Melissa and Jason quickly realized that a narrow focus on quality curly hair cutting was in high demand. At first, Melissa began to train each new stylist hired to work on tighter textured clients, while she could concentrate on the Carve and Slice technique she was certified in. But at the same time, Ouidad hair cutting certifications required 5 years of licensure for stylists and a $1,500 trip for each stylist to get trained in New York. Later in 2011, the Ouidad Salon in New York launched a brand new Train the Trainer program at the New York flagship salon to allow for a select number of Ouidad certified stylists to train and eventually certify other stylists in their area.
So we're here in the big city of New York, and it's a little chilly. We're excited to go back and teach this awesome cut to our stylists, and it's just so awesome and fun.
In December, Melissa and Jason returned to New York, and Melissa successfully completed the program. As a model educator for the new program, Melissa trained and certified 2 staff stylists in early 2012 to help with the curly cutting demand at More Than Curly. Although the Train the Trainer program was well-intentioned, it did not yield the results the Ouidad company was seeking nationwide. Because of this, the Ouidad company scrapped the Train the Trainer program and deployed staff educators to teach and certify stylists in different regions of the country. During this time, Melissa continued to develop a far more advanced form of wet cutting. So advanced was her method that it evolved out of the spectrum of a carve and slice, and Melissa then labeled the process a curly session to distinguish it from the Ouidad cut. Jason produced videos.
My name is Sarah, and I am here for my first curly session with Soyema. I love my new hair. Thanks, guys.
Handed out bumper stickers, and optimized morethancurly.com in such a way that it continues to rank first among Google searches for curly hair services. More Than Curly grew so fast at this time that it became the largest salon volume retailer of Ouidad products in the Rocky Mountain region. Hallelujah! Jason and Melissa were no longer broke and have been able to realize the vision of what it means to be more than curly. Part of that vision is giving back and supporting various ministries and nonprofits who serve the underserved as one way to be more than curly. Another such joy is when the More Than Curly staff gives free haircuts each year at an annual community outreach event. Melissa has since trained and educated more than a dozen stylists in natural hair care techniques. Some have gone on to open their own businesses, and More Than Curly continues to this day to refer clients to them. From 2011 to 2018, with an average of 3 stylists, More Than Curly has performed thousands of curly services and counting, and has a client database of over 8,000. In December 2016, More Than Curly closed the doors in Aurora to have 4 salon suites combined into one large suite in Park Meadows. The More Than Curly affiliate program is also helping stylists to grow their income and clientele by being trained in the curly session and supported by the morethancurly.com marketing engine. Since then, the staff in Park Meadows has performed over 6,800 curly services and continues to be the busiest curly salon in the Rocky Mountain region.